with the infamous King, clearing the defender for the jail. That center couldn't do anything but cower in fear. Next, it's Bristy Kev, inhaling the block and heaving it for the win. Hey, nice shot. Now, it's Darian McDade, pulling off.
Coming right up, the Suns taking on the Bulls. For the Phoenix Suns, the chance to start the year right with a win on the road and give their fans, no matter where they are, something to cheer about. Bulls, Suns, coming right up. Welcome everyone to Noche and Beyond. A Latin theme is the backdrop to tonight's festivities with Greg Anthony and Hall of Famer Doris Burke. This is Kevin Harlan, and we're pleased to have on the sidelines tonight David Aldridge. DA, it's all yours.
Well, almost all of the Greek Freak's points come in the paint. Giannis said, I can already do a lot of damage, basically without a jump shot. Just driving, making plays, and free throws. When that jump shot comes, it's going to be a problem for a lot of players in this league. Kevin?
You're right, DA. It'll be scary. Thanks. And now the opening lineup for Phoenix. LeVert out there with Gallinari. Then there's Ayton. Then there's Dennis Schroeder. And it's Smart in at the two-guard spot. And for Chicago, they've got Adebayo. Antetokounmpo is out there with Kevin Love. Then there's Doncic. And it's McCollum in at the point. And Coach Jim Boylan agreeing to a multi-year extension with the Bulls this summer, Greg.
And taking that interim tag off his title as head coach, Boylan, with over 30 years of coaching experience, afforded the opportunity to continue developing this young core.
And the Bulls start out with the ball. Love against Gallinari. Love kicks to Antetokounmpo. Cullen passes to Antetokounmpo. No one near Doncic as he lets it fly. Nailed from three-point land.
Hard to find any weakness in Doncic's offensive game. Boy, when this three-point shot is dropping, look out.
A nice shot by Gallinari.
And once he got to the 10, I think he was surprised to find himself that wide open.
I think defensively, that is not the way you want to start. Giving up high percentage looks, that doesn't typically end well.
It's good.
We know this about Kevin Love. Contact will not deter him.
Pass to Ayton. He dishes it to Gallinari. Lays it up off the glass.
How about the head of steam he's able to generate right there and just gets to the rack really easy.
Love kicks to Doncic. And that's a foul called on Gallinari. That's his first foul. Now off the inbound.
Well, tremendous defense from Dennis Schroeder. He is willing to give extra effort on that end of the floor.
I just love the determination on that backboard. Coming out of the gates really, really strong.
Yeah, we're seeing some early signs that he is on his game. And in fact, a good illustration of the work he's ready to put in tonight.
Now Doncic after the missed three from Dennis Schroeder. Here's Giannis. Uses the glass to finish the layup.
And a nice job here early of establishing an inside presence.
The Suns have gone 2 of 3 here to start out the game. Gallinari outside. LeVert with it. He's coming off a 22-point game against the Trailblazers in Portland. It's Adebayo with the rebound.
Well, the defense flat out awful right there, and he couldn't punish them for their mistake.
McCollum. That shot off the mark. So Phoenix will take it the other way. Gallinari with it. Now defended by McCollum. And Gallinari kicks to LeVert. Phoenix no good that time either.
And I thought that was going to drop. It looked good from here.
And Doncic gets it to go.
And their offense defense already in a flow. Some stellar shooting to jump out to this lead.
Nice ball movement by Phoenix. Schroeder outside. It's a halt for run, and he sinks the layup. And this is what we've been waiting for all summer long, all off season long. After many months, Doris, basketball is finally back.
And what's incredible, Kevin, is the NBA's popularity just continues to grow. There's worldwide enthusiasm. The NBA players represent the league so well, and my goodness gracious, they play some basketball.
Interesting how now the league, Doris, is commanding the calendar all year round. It used to be such a seasonal game. Now it's 365 days a year.
So many storylines throughout the course of the summer. Who's playing where and with whom?
And one thing that's been plaguing the Suns for years, undisciplined play.
Greg, I think that shows up most typically in your bottom of the league in turnovers and personal fouls. Both categories 7 years running. When you're at a competitive disadvantage in terms of talent and experience, you can't afford to make those mistakes.
Shoot two.
That's good from Schroeder.
You know, I think one of the important things for Dennis Schroeder is to keep trying to become more and more efficient. Let his offense come naturally and improve as a distributor.
Schroeder hits them both.
Well, you look at the Suns going forward. They have got to believe a big part of the puzzle is DeAndre Ayton. This guy was the #1 overall pick in last year's draft.
And that's exactly what he's looking for, draining the triple.
Here's the pass to LeVert. He kicks it to Gallinari to the inside. Basket is good. He'll get a chance for one more at the line. Doris Ayton, a terrific rebounder. He can score in the paint, and of course, he is still improving.
Yeah, what you like about DeAndre Ayton, Kev, is he doesn't just rely on his God-given talent. This guy knows he needs to be more consistent with the jumper, improve his overall defensive awareness, but this guy is willing to put in the work to become a complete and great NBA player.
And so it's McCollum. He'll bring it up for the Bulls. 6-point game. Pass to Doncic. That falls. Nice feed that time for McCollum. McCollum's got 3 assists now in this one. Last outing for the Bulls, it was a loss to the Magic in Orlando. Smart passes to Ayton. Schroeder outside. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Over McCollum. Ayton controls the rebound and puts it back up and in.
This guy, a relentless force on the glass. DeAndre Ayton going to work and getting the putback.
Passes it to Adebayo. Outside, Antetokounmpo. Lets it go from 11. Another one falls for Chicago.
This guy can do so much for you on the offensive end, and that is why his number gets called time and time again.
Gallinari against Love. A nice shot by Gallinari. Gallinari's got 6.
Well, exposing a weakness in the defense, that's just way too easy, guys.
Giannis passes to McCollum. Back to Antetokounmpo. Adebayo with the ball. Now guarded by Ayton. And the basket by McCollum.
And they've done well at taking advantage of some late defensive rotations and getting the ball in the paint.
And first time out of the game called for Phoenix. And Bam Adebayo. He just plays with so much energy when he's on the floor.
Boy, he is ferocious on both ends of the floor. Great energy player who can finish in the paint. with the best of them. Very quick on his feet and can cover a lot of ground for a player his size.
Catching up on the changes for Chicago. DeAndre Jordan's checked in for Adebayo. Johnson comes in for Kevin Love. Curry's checked in for Luka Doncic. And Spencer Dinwiddie subbed in for McCollum. Now, here's Whiteside. He's coming off a 16-point game against the Trailblazers in Portland.
Yeah, but the rebounding in that game as well was just tremendous. I mean, he dominated the backcourt. Yeah, they have gone full throttle from the opening tip, showing no signs of letting up.
Well, you set the tempo early, and when you get command and control of a game, it's perfect.
And defensively, they are on their heels every time the ball comes inside.
Giannis outside. Curry finds Giannis. Johnson surveying the floor. Pass to Curry. That's in there. Johnson with the assist. And the Bulls lead by 12.
And really setting the tone early with their three-point shooting.
Thompson outside.
I have to teach him how to use this court.
And the pass to Hardaway. Whiteside trying to break free. Hardaway, no good. And here are the Bulls now. Yeah. Outside Curry. Loads it up for Giannis. Stolen by Thompson. And here comes the break. A floater. He lays it in.
This guy just excels in the open court. Ntilikina relishes fast break opportunities.
Dinwiddie passes to Antetokounmpo. Shot and game clock separated by 5. Outside Curry. Clock at 6. Over Whiteside. It's Chicago with another bucket.
Building up a big early lead. They have taken charge of this game.
They've been doing it largely at the offensive end, Greg. If the defense does not adjust, this could be a blowout.
Yeah.
It's been all about Luka Doncic for the Chicago Bulls. He comes away with 11 points in the quarter and is showing no signs of fatigue. We come back right after this. Rather a lot of letters that go into the spelling of Giannis Antetokounmpo's last name. He helped set the record straight of how you pronounce it.
In the Greek way, you gotta say it with a D, so it's Antetokounmpo. But in the Greek way, you say with the NT, like Antetokounmpo. But whatever you got, just say, it's Giannis Antetokounmpo.
Seems easy enough, right?
I guess so. I think a lot of people are going to stick with Giannis or the Greek Freak.
And buenas noches, basketball fans. It's Latin night here on 2K Sports. And you might have noticed the custom jerseys worn by the players. And the Bulls guys have been rolling right along, haven't they?
The offense firing on all cylinders. They dominated that first period.
That's exactly the start you want. You take complete command. Now you've got to maintain that focus.
In a moment now to reset the lineups, courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up for the second quarter of basketball. Setting the floor for the Suns, we've got Ntilikina. Whiteside is out there with Tristan Thompson. Then there's Hunter, and it's Hardaway in at the 2 spot.
He was getting good
Outside Curry. Here's the dish to Dinwiddie. The dunk and the foul, a powerhouse move, and he's got a chance for one more at the line. They get hits on Whiteside.
I'll tell you, that's just great body control, even when he's getting bodied up. Nicely done, Spencer Dinwiddie.
Here's what Chicago's going with right now. Maxi Kleber comes in for James Johnson. And Washington subbed in for Dorian Finney-Smith. And for the Suns, Lyle comes in for Hassan Whiteside. And Okogie subbed in for Frank Ntilikina.
KD.
The free throw drops for Dinwiddie. Or sometimes what was once considered a negative becomes a positive. For example, cleaners are now looked at as very valuable assets and very versatile assets.
Yeah, Kev, no doubt. Like, think about how much the game has changed for players like Draymond Green, who was so integral to the success of the Golden State Warriors. Here was a young guy who was considered at one point coming out of college with a power forward and center spot, too small to play the position. But as the NBA has downsized, as it's gotten smaller and faster, Draymond Green can be as important as any other player on a roster. What we know unequivocally is Spencer Dinwiddie is far more than a terrific basketball player. Let's remember, he scored 1,400 on his SATs. His mom was a professor at USC, and there's something very special about being raised in an academic environment.
Luka Doncic, he's checked in for Jordan. The free throw drops for Dinwiddie. And Doris, you talk about Dinwiddie's book smarts. His parents wanted him to attend Harvard.
Yeah, he chose instead, Kevin, to attend the University of Colorado, believing the Pac-12 would be a better stepping stone to the NBA. And think about it, even now, this guy's not shy about challenging authority. He will keep his coaches on their toes.
For Phoenix, they've gone 3 for 3 at the line tonight.
Shoot 2.
Free throws good, lineup. The Bulls making a switch here. Amba's checked in, and the Suns making a change here as well. Karis LeVert's checked in for Hardaway. And so he makes both from the line. Chicago leading by 14. And here in the second, 2 minutes gone by. Curry dishes to Doncic. Amba trying to break free. That one a little long.
Listen, he knows he should have made that shot. We'll see if they can work it back to him in that same area.
The ending to my game yesterday, I thought I was going to come back.
Here's a Kogi. Nothing yet on the scoreboard for him.
Yeah, he's
Out left to the wing. Just 4 to shoot. The Suns need to get a shot off. LeVert inside the line. Phoenix,
yeah, he just squared them up the whole time.
Normally he'll drill that shot. I'm sure they'll look to find him in that spot again.
Well, no doubt. Very good play call, good execution. Sometimes it just doesn't fall.
Doncic against line. Chalk up 2 there. And that's 13 points for Luka Doncic.
You can see it. Once this guy gets his rhythm, he is so hard to slow down. What an excellent night for him and his team.
Lost a lot of money today.
LeVert the pass to Hunter.
Yeah. 2,000.
Doncic with the steal.
2,000, yeah.
It falls for the 6th time in this contest. That's 86%.
Boy,
we'll see. Hoping to salvage whatever I have tomorrow morning.
Forward. Doncic comfortable taking on all challengers.
Yeah, lost about 2,000. We'll see.
Kogi, the pass to LeVert. His 3-pointers off the mark.
And the great shooters know when they've got enough opening to go for the 3. I didn't think it was a bad choice on that possession.
And so far the story on Luka Doncic. Great showing for him last season. He was around 21 points per game, 8 rebounds, and 6 assists. And right now for him, it's about gaining experience and continuing to develop his game.
This is a man's game, and you've got to earn your minutes in this league. This guy, his time will come eventually.
That free throw, no good.
But I think it's fair to say that Seth Curry has found his footing in this league. He gains more and more confidence every year.
Here's what Chicago's going with right now. Bam Adebayo is checked in for Mohamed Bamba. And it's C.J. McCollum in for Dinwiddie. Phoenix also making some changes. Ayton, he's checked in for Tristan Thompson. Marcus Smart comes in for Josh Okogie. And Dennis Schroeder subbed in for LeVert. But you can't help but notice that teams are shooting earlier in the shot clock. One theory being the faster you shoot, the more possessions you get. Well, the numbers would speak to that.
No doubt, Kevin. And the reality is, for announcers and for fans, that breakneck pace makes it more exciting for us. One NBA coach told me this past year that your field goal percentage in the first 10 seconds of the shot clock gives you your best opportunity to make it. And the longer that shot clock goes on, the more your field goal percentage dips. So, hey, good for us, good for the fans, good for the team.
And that's because the defense has a chance to set it, correct?
Exactly right.
Now here's McCollum. He's got 5. Here's Doncic. That falls. Nice feed that time from McCollum. McCollum's got his 4th assist with that last one here tonight. And the Suns call time.
The numbers for Luka Doncic absolutely staggering. The only rookie ever to average over 20 points, 7 boards, and 5 assists.
Chicago making some changes. Kevin Love's checked in for Maxi Kleba. And Antetokounmpo subbed in for Curry. And then for Phoenix, Gallinari, he's checked in for Trey Lyles. Robinson is subbed in for Hunter. Now Ayton, Schroeder, and he can't stop the run as he misses. And such impressive poise and confidence from Luka Doncic, of course. He's unfazed by the NBA.
I think it makes sense, Kevin, when you consider this young man has been playing as a pro and against men since the age of 16. And by 17, he was tearing up the EuroLeague. This guy was ready to make the leap.
And stolen by Ayton. To the paint, here's Smart. Takes the assist and lays it in. Picked out the pass nicely.
Well, you have to respect the physicality of Marcus Smart's game, right? Just because you make contact with him doesn't mean he's not going to finish.
Doncic passes to Adebayo. Back to Doncic. And he uses the glass on the lane. Doncic has got 19 points.
Well, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. They keep getting it in the paint and continue to score consistently.
Pass to Ayton. Dishes to Schroeder. Just 5 to shoot. Goes up the baseline. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. And this is what the schedule looks like coming up for the Phoenix Suns. On Saturday, they'll go up against Kristaps Porzingis and the Dallas Mavericks. Then on Wednesday, they'll take on Karl Anthony Towns and the Minnesota Timberwolves. That's good from Schroeder. Of course, we know historically the Celtics, the only franchise to ever have a 4 straight championships. Do you think at some point we're going to see another?
I'm not sure there can be in today's NBA, Kevin, and there are a number of different contributing factors. Number one, the salary cap implications that happen. Number two, look at the Golden State Warriors, who were well positioned for a three-peat. And yet, as you know, luck plays a small part in an NBA championship. Luck relative to
Jamal Murray's Instagram. He's learning to play piano.
And Kevin Durant both get lost in the midst of an NBA Finals. This is it's challenging enough to go back-to-back. Forget about 4 peats.
Giannis kicks to Love. Some solid defense from Gallinari. Suns trail by 21. And Robinson wide open. He shoots. Cans it from downtown. Robinson's got himself going with the triple, his first basket of the game. Smart against Doncic. A shot by Antetokounmpo. Nobody around. Tried to come right back with the 3 of his own, but it's no good. Smart against McCollum. Unloads from 13. Rebound by the Bulls.
Boy, he really wanted that shot, trying to make the defense pay for leaving him that wide open.
What do you think about Bulls?
Antetokounmpo kicks to Adebayo. And a great assist by Antetokounmpo as that one goes in.
Unwilling to let up even for a moment. That's his killer instinct, just fanning the flame.
One thing I enjoy is watching players who don't pay attention to the score. You lock in on the moment and play the right way.
They've hit every one of their free throws here in the
Anything about
second
Nick
quarter.
Foles?
Very
Is he the same year?
when you're trailing.
For Phoenix, they have gone a perfect 7 of 7 from the line tonight.
He knows Nagy's system.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
You think Cam would do any better?
The first one falls. DeAndre Jordan's checked in for Chicago. Johnson comes in for Kevin Love. And the Suns also making a change. Hardaway's checked in.
We need 17 points a game. That's all we need. Yeah, they were hurt.
That one falls, so he hits both of them.
No Keem
And
either.
it's Antetokounmpo with the ball. He'll bring it up for Chicago. It's an 18-point lead. The last time these two clubs came together was also in this building, with an unfortunate ending for the home team.
Yeah, and their last time out against this club, turnovers really did them in. Just way too many mistakes.
They were forced into tons of sloppy play, and I think they'll be looking to be more composed tonight.
Chicago leading by 16. It's a 4-second differential between the shot clock and game clock. Hardaway against Doncic. High post
What
shot.
games are you playing?
And it's Phoenix with the rebound. Whiteside's got 4 rebounds in this game. Robinson
Might play that
passes
Call of
to
Duty
Schroeder.
tonight.
Here's Gallinari. And no good on the last second attempt this time. And so a pretty lopsided game for the first half. Bulls lead by 16. And now let's catch up with David Aldridge, who's standing by from the sideline. All right, Dave.
Thanks very much. From one Kevin to another, you guys were dominant in that first half, and you have a big lead. But do you forget about that in the second half?
Oh, yeah. We got to treat it like a 0-0 game. I know we're going to stay in the locker room. We got to come out and win the third quarter. If we do that, we feel like we'll be okay. But like I said,
Thank you, David. We'll be back after halftime for the start of the second half momentarily.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Yeah, I played some Melee.
Ernie Johnson here with
I lost
Shaq
a
and
lot of
Kenny,
money.
and a favorite time
Bears
of
got
the
Nick
year.
Foles.
We're halfway through one of the
Kind of
first
an
games
NBA.
of this fresh NBA season. Luka Doncic has been the story in this one. He ended up with 19 points and 1 rebound. He's in a crazy zone
TV
right now,
recaps or what?
and seems to be even hotter than he was in their last game. And Kenny, what did you think about what you saw from
Fucking
Chicago?
boring. I went to the store yesterday playing for frozen food.
And that should do it with the second half about to begin.
Well, we've got a second half of basketball for you. We think it's going to be pretty good. A big comeback, though, is needed for this game to be competitive.
You should
And
learn
it
Spanish.
probably has to happen quickly. You know, Luka Doncic has been exceptional here, guys.
Man, he's been running wild on them through that first half. Absolute dynamite on offense.
Boy, he has been shouldering the load. Aggressive, skilled, talented, and thus far unstoppable.
And with a big gap on the scoreboard, the second half begins with very different goals for these teams. One side trying to mount a comeback, one side trying to protect their lead. We've got Kevin Love.
So I left that party yesterday with Zamu and I were in with you, and he followed me to the other party I went to just to play like a couple games of Apex with Juan, a friend from school.
And all the tools that made
And he just sat in there.
the
He had a phone call with like a cousin at like 11:30 at night.
display at the start of his NBA career.
You know,
I just heard the whole conversation.
knocked DeAndre Ayton for his defense, which wasn't horrific, but they forgot about all the things he can do. Just remember, he's a great screener in the pick and roll.
There's like a girl cousin, and she was like super surprised. Like, Zach, why are you calling me
with
like
an
11:30
incredible
at night?
physicality to his game. Don't talk about the defense. Ayton too good on the offensive end.
And he's like, what are you doing? What are you doing right now? How are you? How's the family? Okay. My friends didn't want to hear it either. They're like, who the hell is this?
And he knocks down the first one. Of course, you've accomplished so much in your award-winning career. What was your first experience in broadcasting?
Kevin, my first experience was I left coaching, and they put Providence College women's basketball on radio. That was the first ever game I got to call. It was so cool. Tell me yours. What was the very first? Did you study this? How did you get into broadcasting?
I did. Our high school had a radio station, and the first
get serious here like next week.
Underneath
People
the
start
bleachers, looking through
for jobs and new money.
The legs of the people who are standing in the bleachers so that I can see the
Tom doesn't even know who's going to go back or not. It's all online.
Because that's where the telephone cables were.
The music classes online are pretty stupid.
I was 16 years old. I remember it very well.
Incredible.
The Suns have been exceptional shooting free throws tonight, going 9 for 9. And the first one at the line is good. He doesn't get the second one. And Mr. Reliable, Kevin Love, is a nightly double-double in this league.
That's right, Kevin. It's because he reads the ball incredibly well. He knows where it's coming off the rim. And then on the offensive end, such a versatile scoring threat, right? He can get his points inside. He can go outside. You name it, Kevin Love's got it.
And you look at Luka Doncic, 6'7", about 220 doors. Is he a point guard, a point forward? I mean, where does he fit?
Well, I think in today's modern NBA, when we talk about positionless basketball, he's the perfect fit regardless of where you put it. He can defend wings, he can defend forwards, and offensively, you want him to be in command of the basketball.
And the first one drops.
And there's so much to like about Luka Doncic, but perhaps the best thing is he can contribute in every aspect of the game, scoring, rebounding, passing, you name it.
Schroeder kicks to Gallinari. Schroeder against McCollum. Gallinari outside. Over Love. Got it from 16 feet. Gallinari's got 10.
And just using the natural advantage he has, he can see over the top of the defense.
And he has got such good touch from that medium range area. It's an option they can always go to.
And Smart over to help. Doncic kicks to McCollum. Good. And the assist goes to Doncic. And it's 8 points for C.J. McCollum.
What a pass by Luka Doncic. He's got tremendous size, and obviously they want the ball in his hands.
Passes to LeVert. Doncic against Smart. Gallinari outside. Some nice ball movement here by the Suns. Here's Schroeder. And the three off target.
He couldn't believe how open he was. He just couldn't convert it.
They get it back. And Doncic gets it to go. Doncic has got 6 points in the quarter.
And they've got a big lead, not just on the scoreboard, but really in the rebounding numbers.
Think about what exactly?
And here's LeVert. Kicks to Smart. Pass to LeVert. Here's Smart. Now LeVert. He's guarded by Adebayo. Here's Ayton. Another shot. And the layup is up and in.
Well, you want to see DeAndre Ayton seek out the contact on the interior. Boy, he's a big-time talent.
Back to Doncic. It's blocked, and that one goes out of bounds. As touched by Ayton. Some changes for Chicago. Maxi Kleber comes in for Kevin Love. And Spencer Dinwiddie subbed in for Doncic. And for the Suns, Thompson comes in for Gallinari. And Hunter subbed in for Dennis Schroeder. A three from McCollum. LeVert grabs the miss.
And he didn't punish them for the weak coverage there, but they can't count on him to continue missing.
And the rejection by Antetokounmpo. Dinwiddie passes to Cleveland. That one falls coming off Dinwiddie's feet.
Well, how about that floor awareness by Spencer Dinwiddie, getting his guys the basketball in great spots.
Thompson outside. Back to Smart. And there's the pass to Ayton. Over Adebayo. And it's Ayton missing.
Not a lot falling for him in this quarter. He's got to stay aggressive, try to break through, see if he can get an easy opportunity.
And how sweet a play was that?
As sweet as it gets. An exquisite pass to set up the powerful alley-oop dunk. Guys, they're looking for a way to score here.
Yeah, they've had a tough time taking the lid off.
Down low. Shoots from 8. Jump shot is good that time. Ayton's got 4 points this quarter.
And how about the awareness Hunter possesses? Understands when one of his guys has an opportunity.
Antetokounmpo passes to Adebayo. Outside, Smart. LeVert with a wide open look. Here's Thompson, stolen by McCollum. From deep, Giannis buries the long-range jumper. Giannis has got 9 points.
Having a lot of trouble stopping the three-point shot.
Phoenix has gone 0-2 from deep to start things here in the second half. And the Suns call time here.
And you talk about shot makers. C.J. McCollum, one of the best in the game. From mid-range, you could argue he's the best, flat out.
Yeah, Giannis for 3.
Chicago making some changes. DeAndre Jordan's checked in for Adebayo. And Curry subbed in for C.J. McCollum. And then for Phoenix, Whiteside's checked in for DeAndre. Hardaway comes in for Paris LeVert. Robinson is subbed in for Marcus Smart. And the slam dunk by Antetokounmpo.
And how about the initiative there from Antetokounmpo? Excellent at seeing lanes to the basket and then just taking advantage.
And you look at the shot chart for McCollum. He's a threat from everywhere.
Able to hit off the bounce, pulling up. At his height, he's got to be creative, making space for his shot. And he's just always an easy target on the alley-oop. With Whiteside's size and wingspan, it's just a matter of putting the ball up there where only he can go get it.
Here's Giannis. And he makes the bucket, gets the whistle, and now a three-point play chance here for him.
Big miscommunication on defense. He recognizes it and quickly takes advantage.
And that's typical of this guy. He's always reading the situation, reacting quickly, and capitalizing.
And the Bulls making a change here. Johnson's checked in. Trey Lyles checked in for the Suns.
Yeah, so he's not going to be able to come back.
Find the lane. Find the lane. What's up?
And, you know, the improvement we've seen over the last few seasons with Giannis is incredible. I mean, he just keeps adding to an already superstar-level game.
Hardaway goes in. Tries again, and it's laid in by Whiteside.
And the presence of Whiteside in the paint, really unreal. He is a dominant figure down low. Great work to grab that second chance opportunity.
And you know, Greg, this last season, Giannis improving on his rebounding and his passing.
Career highs for him in both of those areas. If he ever adds a deep shot, I'm not sure how you guard him at that point.
Did you win yet?
Hardaway with him. He's been patient so far. Nothing on the scoreboard yet. Over Curry. From 13 feet, it goes down.
Well, don't get caught up in the long-range shooting. Hardaway Jr. has that in-between game. Really nice shot.
Dinwiddie passes to Jordan. He dishes it to Curry. And they call the foul, so he's got the and-one chance here to make it a three-point play.
Really crisp, intelligent passing to make that basket possible.
He's made one and missed one so far in the game.
And a very steady season for him at the charity stripe last year. He was right at 85%.
Free throw no good for Curry.
Well, he might not be blocking 4 shots a game anymore, but Hassan Whiteside's still a factor in the paint defensively.
Good, and the assist goes to Robinson. Robinson's got 3 assists tonight.
How good a playmaker are we watching? Always leading, always trying to create for others.
Antetokounmpo dishes to Curry. Good ball movement here by the Bulls. A nice shot there by Antetokounmpo. Antetokounmpo's got 16 points.
What an aggressive mindset in this period. He's starting to take over.
Dinwiddie against Robinson. A floater. Good D by Johnson.
9 more time. This is a count. This is corporate bro. Follow my Instagram.
Changing shots without making contact.
Slow rotation there defensively, and
but he made a pilot for a TV show
from mid-range.
Comes out tonight. He's been working on it for 2 years. He works in like Silicon Valley.
And that one released in time, but no good. And so it's the Chicago Bulls ahead by 26 points as we get ready for the break. The scoring has been tremendous, and they are shooting lights out with very high accuracy. We'll return shortly. And while we can now, let's take a look at today's State Farm assist of the game.
Yeah, an easy choice tonight. Look at the precision on this pass. Put it on a platter for him.
And when you're the beneficiary of a pass that good, you better deliver. And he did just that.
And as we head into the fourth, we'll see if there's a comeback in the works or if it's more of the same from the first 3 quarters. Setting the floor for the Suns. Trey Lyles out there with Whiteside. Then there's Tim Hardaway Jr. And it's Ntilikina in at the point guard position. 6 on the shot clock. Curry passes to Finney-Smith. The Bulls need to get a shot off here. And it's Washington missing.
Listen, offensively, they're very comfortable with him taking that shot. It's a good look under very little pressure. He just can't convert.
26-point comeback. Here it goes.
Here's Hardaway. Pass to Whiteside. Okogie, the pass to Hardaway. Kept alive. Lyles. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here. Seeing some great shooters with length, tall players shooting from outside. That seems to be the rage right now. But when you look in your crystal ball, George, what might be the next player trend in the NBA?
So we saw the evolution of big men as three-point shooters, men being able to enter the league as sort of back to the basket, consistent rebounding forces out of the post, now stepping away and becoming threats as face-up scorers. To me, one of the most intriguing young players in the league right now is Nikola Jokic. Here's a 7-foot guy who is a tremendous playmaker. His instinct is to pass more than it is to score. So you wonder, is that the next evolution of big men? And then the other thing, Kevin, you are starting to see offensive rebounding went away as a focal point of teams in the NBA. You are starting to see teams go back after the offensive glass. Does that continue?
Second chance is a big statistic, isn't it?
It is.
And so it's Dinwiddie who brings up the ball for the Chicago Bulls. Now here's Curry. Pass to Bamba. He kicks to Dinwiddie. And he drops in the layup off the glass.
Spencer Dinwiddie does such a good job of understanding what the defense is going to give him. How about that pick and roll play? That's nice.
Ntilikina looking it over. Here's Gallinari. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws. It goes on Mohamed Bamba. Jonas, you and I are faced with this a lot, voting for the MVP. Stats versus winning. Where do you stand on that when you vote for the league MVP?
Well, winning could be the definitive line if I have 2 candidates who are close. For instance, for me, this last MVP came down to James Harden and Giannis Antetokounmpo, and I took it to the last possible moment. And I could have gone in either direction and been comfortable. Ultimately, I went with Giannis, and the deciding factor came down to he led his team to the best record in the league. It was a difficult vote, but ultimately it's one category which helps tilt me in one direction or another.
And I did too, and what also helped me was just the improvement defensively they had made, and I know Antetokounmpo was a very big part of it.
No, it's a great point. He was a two-way force.
McCollum's checked in for Chicago, and the Suns making a change here as well. Ayton's checked in. We're just over a minute and a half now into the fourth. Curry with the bounce pass. Shoots the 3. And it's Phoenix with the rebound.
And on an open look like that, he's very gifted at making the weak coverage pay.
And the basket by Okogie.
It's so obvious Ntilikina is a pass-first point guard. This guy is an exceptional passer with very good vision.
Curry finds McCollum. And some nice ball movement here by Chicago. And Curry has it in the corner. A three-pointer, no good.
And even with
you got a bunch of
good
videos
coverage defensively that time, he has confidence to drill the 3.
And the basket by Okogie.
Well, the Belgian native with the nice dime, Frank Ntilikina, getting better as a distributor.
You want to stream next
to
year?
McCollum.
Okay.
In basketball, like many sports, you can call some kind of penalty on almost every play. So with that in mind, where do we draw that line?
I would say that most coaches and most players would say as long as there's consistency with officiating, they can adapt to the way the game is being called. As fans, as broadcasters, what we want to see the game remain free-flowing, fluid, pretty, the ability to move and cut and not be impeded in your progress. That's what I want to see.
And we see that most nights.
No doubt.
Pure determination here, guys. A fourth quarter run that has them looking better and better as we get ready for the stretch run.
Time called here. The Bulls decide to talk it over. And for Frank Ntilikina, some questions as to where he is best suited.
I mean, for me, I like when he plays more off the ball. I mean, he's shown that he could become a scorer when he only has to worry about that aspect of his game. Still very young and has a great set of skills with which to work.
Entirely new group. Adebayo is checked in for Bamba. Kevin Love comes in for Washington. Antetokounmpo is checked in for Dorian Finney-Smith. And Luka Doncic subbed in for Curry. And for the Suns, LeVert's checked in for Lyles. Marcus Smart comes in for Josh Okogie. And Dennis Schroeder subbed in for Frank Ntilikina. Here's Doncic. And 2 free throws coming up, unable to get that one to go with all the contact. That one on Ayton.
We are talking about a clever scorer. Luka Doncic has developed such a knack for getting to the free throw line.
And when you watch DeAndre Ayton, you really are just floored by how he moves. The amount of speed and agility he has for a player as solid as Ayton is doesn't come around very often.
The first free throw is good. And those physical attributes of Ayton are so imposing. Greg, who does he remind you of?
I mean, for current players, you see a bit of Embiid and how they both move so fluidly for 7-footers. From the past, I see a bit of David Robinson in his game.
Well, it's a case where a guy's trying to make a play, trying to take it up strong, but the defense was ready.
Pass to Giannis. And a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here.
And one difference this half is that when they get to the line, they're converting.
Two shots.
And he makes the first. Of course, here's something kind of interesting. There's been a lot of talk about moving the draft to after free agency. What would that look like?
Well, I think talent is always going to be at a premium. So I would think if there's a guy that's the absolute definitive #1 pick, he's going #1 regardless of roster construction. But the reality is it might help those teams who maybe if they know who's on the roster, it might change the kind of draft selection they would make. So it's an interesting supposition. We'll see if the NBA moves in that direction.
Yep.
That's good from Schroeder.
What's up?
Schroeder hits them both.
Yeah.
The
Yeah, you're
Bulls
good.
leading by 19 points.
Can you hear me?
Now, Doncic.
Hello?
McCollum outside, front past the arc, and it's Ayton with the rebound. Ayton's got 6 rebounds now in the game.
He
Here's
did.
Gallinari. It's hauled in by Giannis. Giannis has got
Yeah,
his 6th
Luka went
rebound
crazy,
on the
and
night.
Giannis
Inside.
did the rest.
And Adebayo pulls it down.
And guys, he's not an easy man to stop, but he's got the rim in his sights.
Never has been, never will be. He is a determined finisher. Ayton gives it over to Schroeder. 5 on the clock. Gallinari trying to get open. Gets the 3-pointer to fall.
Boy, the confidence level you can see in Karis LeVert to catch and shoot. It hits his fingertips and he's ready to roll.
McCollum against Schroeder. McCollum feeling it out a bit over Gallinari. McCollum no good.
And the well is running dry for him right now. Nothing falling.
And this is where you hope that he can find something easy so he can see the ball go through the net.
Gallinari passes to LeVert. Off target with his through. And so Giannis will bring it up for Chicago. It's an 18-point lead. And that's out of bounds. Chicago will retain possession.
Gets a finger on it, but just can't quite come up with the steal.
But a really good read on his part, being disruptive at the defensive end right now.
Spencer Dinwiddie's checked in for C.J. McCollum.
Maybe.
Dinwiddie against Schroeder. With the teardrop, and it's denied.
That's an encouraging sign for sure. Boy, when DeAndre Ayton is hustling and focused, he can send it back with the best of them.
Suns
Dinwiddie
trail
off
by
the bench
18.
too. He was,
Schroeder passes to Gallinari. Now here's LeVert. The pass to Smart. 5 to shoot. Good work there as it goes.
Well, you know Marcus Smart understands how to use his body inside, and I just love how he goes right up with the shot.
Giannis dishes to Doncic. Adebayo kicks to Love. Goes back up. Some solid defense from Gallinari.
Boy, that's one he wishes he could have back, especially against soft defense.
And so just rolling to the finish line now in what has been a very confident
There's a lot of putbacks early in the game.
for the Bulls.
The sheer volume of 3-pointers was the deciding factor tonight at sea.
Yeah, they sink one and then do it again, and that strategy did work.
And it'll go down as their first official win of the new year.
And After dropping game 1 in this matchup, they managed to take the second of a 3-game season series. No question, that's a morale booster.
And you know, looking back at all the contributions tonight, it was a really phenomenal all-around game for Giannis.
Boy, his defense is what stood out to me. There was a no-fly zone around this guy all night. He contested every shot in his area and sent a few back.
And the Suns call time. They're trailing by 16. 1:02 left in the fourth quarter. A chance now to recognize our Jordan player of the game, Giannis Antetokounmpo.
Yeah, and his percentage from the field tonight
I'll play games after the second game.
Made up. I didn't think it was possible to have that kind of success shooting the basketball. You need a little bit of luck, a bunch of hard work, and a whole lot of talent.
The better he played, the more these fans got revved up. And that continued to play out over the course of his amazing performance.
Yeah, it's like an impact button now.
1:02 left to play here in the fourth. Dinwiddie with the steal. To the middle. Here's Finney Smith. That one falls coming off Dinwiddie's feet. And the Bulls lead by 18.
Making every effort to put this game on ice.
Well, just terrific teamwork, GA. Each guy doing his part. You love what you're seeing from them tonight.
Kogi inside the three-point line. Phoenix no good that time either. Here's Chicago. Dinwiddie outside. Adebayo passes to Dinwiddie. Makes it off the glass.
Yeah.
They made the most of their opportunities, looking comfortable and locked in throughout the night.
What an impressive performance, to say the least. At this point, it looks insurmountable.
Pass to Kogi.
Oh my God. I would never play games.
Shoots a fader. And so Chicago takes this one, and by a big margin. It was a tale of two teams tonight. One that was in total control, operating flawlessly.
That's all we have left.
The other just searching for answers that they could never find.
I mean, the energy here is just so tremendous. Fans involved
You
from
can
the
go
get-go.
meet Tinder
And
girls.
once they started to really pour it on, it was fun to see that rhythm and flow from their perspective.
And a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge, standing by courtside. David.
Thank you, Kevin. DeAndre, what do you think this team's identity is this season?
You know, we just have so many guys that can score. It's going to be somebody's night every night, like I keep saying. But we're also, our half-court offense is getting a lot better.
The ball is moving around, DeAndre. Thanks for your time. Kevin?
Thank you, David. Great interview once
What you
again.
think about Nick Foles?
And that'll do it, folks. For Greg Anthony, Doris Burke, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for watching. So long and good night, everyone.
Yeah, we'll see. Apparently he knows the offense, whatever that's worth. Yeah, is Nagy's offense even good, though? That's true. Oh God, there's nothing to take away from this game. Isaac, your team. All right.